let's watch this video. When a gang leader confronted Tyson. Interesting. Let's check it out. Go ahead and play the video.
This is gonna be a fight, Tyson, and you know it. You hit me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Welcome back to the Big Fight Recap here on BLTV Classic.
I'm just gonna start straight away. Okay, 10 hours later, I'm just gonna start straight away and say that no boxer is beating prime Mike Tyson. No boxer that's ever existed up to now would beat prime Mike Tyson. I'll just say straight up from the top. I genuinely don't think they would. Thoughts? Yeah, I just think, I don't know. Maybe it's just, I just think there was like a professionalism and aggressiveness that he had. It was so precise. Like prime Mike Tyson could have beaten any boxer that ever existed. I don't think there's a single boxer who would have beaten prime Mike Tyson. I think it was that dangerous. Zilla, I have zero chance against Mike Tyson. Claire, okay, all right, let's go. Oh my God.
Glasses off. Did you see his eye? His eye was just hanging out his head.
On today's video,
who do you think could beat prime Mike Tyson? Dude, like, I mean, to be honest, a lot of it's just clips I've seen. It's just he seems to have a precision. Zilla, I don't think that works like that. I think you punch it into you.
Visit the infamous two-fight saga between Mike Tyson and Mitch Blood Green. A genuine beef that 10 rounds of boxing couldn't squash, as the two would face off one more time on the street, this time in a much shorter affair.
I just think he didn't. I think at some point didn't his original coach pass away, and then it kind of his life just started to go. You think Lennox Lewis would have beaten prime Mike Tyson? His coach who he grew up fighting with passed away, and then who became he got a new team. I think it was after that things started to kind of take a bit of a dip.
Let's get right to it.
Lennox Lewis, I don't know, man. Prime Mike Tyson was so good. Did you see Mike Tyson when he was 16 years old? Like, bro was like jacked. Like, I feel like at 16 years old he could have beaten quite a few fighters today.
After Tyson's 10-round decision to James Quick Tillis in 1986, the invincibility aura from Kid Dynamite took a slight nod.
Maybe.
As the two heavyweights battled out a much closer
No, I don't think
fight
Ali
than
would have
boxing
beaten
fans and
prime Mike
bookmakers
Tyson.
expected.
How disappointed are you that the
controversial,
knockout streak is
but
over?
Not at all. If anything, I feel relieved, and I'm confident if I wanted to, I could have knocked them out.
It was Tyson's first time going the distance, as he had finished his previous 19 opponents all inside the opening 2 or 3 rounds.
It's his. Yeah, that's true, Nico. It's his pivot from his hip, man. That he moves around so. Jake Paul, oh my days, yeah. No, Jake Paul. I don't know about that fight, to be honest. I won't say much, but yeah, he pivots. It's his hip. Like, I always found it incredible how quick his movement is around his hip. Like, look at this. Like, look how low he is. Like, and his confidence to go that low in a fight and to move around like that. Oh man, his movement was just exceptional.
That gave some of the other heavyweight contenders an incentive to catch this teenage dynamo early, halt the hype train, and earn the highest possible payday outside of a championship fight.
Tyson say, "Gonna give me a fight? I want Mike Tyson." Point blank. Michelle Tyson. He's a homo. I'm gonna knock him out.
Mitch Blood Green was one of the first fighters to utilize the new age of digital camcorders to get his message out there to boxing fans.
Now I'm gonna show you something. Feast your eyes on a real heavyweight.
There was no social media in those days, but local news stations and televised sports networks such as HBO would air the clips during a broadcast to gauge the fans' reaction.
The power. I ain't no joke. My name is Blood Green, and you heard my fight. Watch my smoke.
It's probably due to audio compression over time, but I can honestly say I have difficulty understanding what Mitch Green is saying. Two clear things were the muscle flexing and homophobic slurs, and bizarrely enough, as far as my research suggests, this was enough to land him a shot at the hottest prospect in world boxing.
That's mad. You could beat some MMA fighters. Go on, name drop them, Nico. Maybe I'll have enough clout one day to set that up. Let's hear it.
Growing up on the tough streets of Detroit, Mitch Green was a prominent player in 1970s New York gang warfare. By the age of 17, he had witnessed his father lose his life in a bizarre Western-style quick-draw shootout, not long before being shot twice himself, fortunately escaping with non-fatal injuries. Green tried to escape.
Punishing, you think you could beat me in a scrap? I'm not much of a scrapper, though. I don't know. Like, when I need to get in the dirt for a scrap, I will. Okay, cool.
Gang life by joining the UBA boxing gym in New York. But by this time, his ties to the street were too pronounced.
I think you guys underestimate my abilities, I can't lie. You guys definitely underestimate my abilities. Look at this. Alright, yeah, chat's saying they're getting too scared. Alright, sorry guys. I know you guys are getting scared. I'm sorry. Let's carry on.
Of New York street gangs by the NYPD.
What kind of? Interesting. That's what the squeaking was. It wasn't the floor, it was my hip.
For his role as gang leader in the deadly Bloods. Things slowly started to change for Mitch as his reputation as a gang leader.
My shorts didn't fall down.
That of a talented amateur boxer.
Interesting, Nick. I'll check them out after this.
6'5" big man that was racking up copious tournament success, including several New York Golden Gloves.
From the Bronx, New York, undefeated in 5 professional bouts with 1 draw.
Green took to the professional ring in 1980 and quickly started racking up wins over journeyman and fringe contenders such as Jumbo Cummings. Champion in waiting Trevor Berbick became the first man to beat Green in 1985, where Mitch made a good account of himself, only losing by majority decision. Both Tyson and Green were on the fringe of a world title shot, so regardless of the antics, the two were on a
I've never seen the outcome for this fight. In my opinion, Tyson
just helped build more interest in
my opinion, based on just what I've seen on these clips, Tyson should win this easy.
The fight, which in turn certainly struck a chord with Tyson, who openly admitted to hating that ugly mother effer.
Oh, have you got? Did you have any professional fights, Nico? Or was it all amateur?
And Mike Tyson, traditionally, no robe, no socks. He says it makes him feel like a warrior, makes him feel like a gladiator.
Tyson met Green for the first time in May 1986 at Madison Square Garden. It was Tyson's first match at a prestigious boxing venue and also the first to be covered by a large television network. Yet, the occasion didn't change the traditional no robe, no socks attire. He was all business and had a personal vendetta to settle with the now not-so-confident-looking Mitch Blood Green.
And was so much a factor in the last...
Yeah, man, that's something about Mike Tyson. Like, I don't know. I think he just went into fights with a level of like mental seriousness that very few... Like, I honestly feel like very few fighters matched. Like, it just seems like he already won the fight in his head before he got into the ring. Who would win, me versus Bevo? Bevo's actually a decent boxer. Like he has got some technique. But I think my weight class is probably quite a bit heavier than him.
Fight that we showed you here on HBO, that he didn't double up. He just was a little bit lazy, especially in the later rounds. So we'll
Damn, Nico, that's sick.
See what he does about that against.
Yeah, obviously the biggest thing here is his reach.
Always aggressive, right in front of his man. Now we see some head movement. Quick as shot. There's the left hook I was talking about.
He did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about holding. Green's in trouble. Good left hand by Tyson.
Everyone has a plan until they get their mouthguard punched out of the ring in the first round. While Green had all the physical advantages, Tyson's supreme boxing skills and speed negated the gap.
You can see he just pushes and pushes and pushes and pushes. Doesn't let anyone get a moment to kind of think.
Wait, backing up Green from the opening bell, slipping and countering, forcing the much.
You see, look how low. This is what I always find amazing about his fighting style.
Speed negated the gap in size and weight, backing up Green from the opening bell, slipping and.
Look how low he's going. I really don't feel like I mean, maybe I just don't watch enough fights. I don't think I've never really seen a fighter who seems to move like this sort of movement area, the sort of ball, or like if you imagine there's a sort of sphere around the fighter. What's up, Adams? I don't know what that means, brother. Fight ISO speed. I think ISO speed is quick. I think obviously it's the same speed, but like. Nico, as much as this, bro. Like, Mike Tyson seems like one of the loosest at the hips that I've ever seen. Like, I genuinely haven't watched fights that I've seen even today where they seem to be moving this much. Is it? I guess it's because they try and conserve energy, maybe. But like, look at that. Look. As much as this. Wait, is that MMA or is that boxing? Like, the confidence you need to go like to this position in a big fight is insane. This is the thing. This is part of the. I mean, obviously, now when he comes up and he punches, if he does like an uppercut or something like that, the power in that is going to be absolutely crazy because it's going to be all the power from your legs. Adams.
Countering.
Yeah, you see, look at that. That super quick movement up.
Opening bell. Slipping and counter.
Look at that. All the power from your legs coming into the punch as well.
Forcing the much bigger man into survival mode from the word go.
Big right hand against Tillis. And what a shot.
Watch it after, bro.
That is an awesome shot.
Tyson punched out Green's mouthguard again in the third, whereafter he started mocking his opponent for having a wide, gulping mouth, stalking him across the ring, landing fierce, single power punches.
The fishman throws his punch.
Another big left hook.
This is the biggest, if I had to say like where the biggest difference I see between like amateur boxing, like if I watch like celebrities or whatever influencers boxing on Misfits, is that they're all completely rigid in the middle. I haven't seen even, I mean, Jake Paul as well, all of them, they're completely rigid in the middle, and it takes like a level of training that you have to get that looseness that so few fighters have. Like, I mean, particularly amateur fighters, and then obviously the professionals do have that movement. Manny Pacquiao is another one who has that. But the fighters on the slightly shorter side seem to have more of that movement, but I guess that's to protect from that reach.
Tyson,
yeah, watch out for punching.
Take a stand eventually. Another couple body shots.
You see, look how low he went again. Look.
Good uppercut. He has to take a stand eventually. Another couple body.
Look, what the fuck? How in the middle of a fight are you doing like mentally to get to that position where you're that confident? Like, I don't even think boxers are even thinking about, like, your opponent's not even thinking about this whole area as an area to kind of, to target. Like, to be able to, like, switch mentally from, like, your target area being up here to being all the way down here, like, it's mad. Like, how do you even train for that? I guess, obviously, the only way to counter this would be, like, you uppercut them as they're going down, and that, like, potentially would be a knockout. But speed would, you're not expecting it. Zabit has a sick movement, really. Is he MMA or boxing?
Shot. Well, he's smiling. Tyson is smiling, but see, Green has those fast hands.
The fight became
MMA.
so routine by the
Yeah, I think in MMA that movement you see, because obviously it's mixed martial arts, so like, I think you see more of that movement. Backflips, that's insane. Yeah, that it's more common that I see it in MMA, because it obviously you're using more of the body in some ways.
closing stages, the crowd knew they were witnessing a foregone conclusion. Tyson himself appeared to have his mind elsewhere as he bizarrely kissed his trainer, Kevin Rooney, while he was trying to deliver him intricate strategies and details regarding the fight.
Well, Kevin Rooney is in there and just jabbering away 100 miles a minute. Mike Tyson leaned over and just kissed him.
Okay, cool, Nick. I'll
Tyson
check him
closed
out.
the show, trying to score the knockout, but Green's disinclination to engage allowed him to grab and clinch his way to safety, resulting in him losing 9 out of 10 of the rounds on every judge's scorecard.
But we knew deep inside that I was going to win this fight so easy because of his style. He's a dang tough opponent, and he took some fairly decent shots. But as you know, I won comfortably, and I didn't try for the knockout, and I used a great deal of discipline in there, not knocking him out.
Tyson claimed he carried Green the 10-round distance on purpose to punish him for as long as possible.
Interesting.
And whether it was true or not, Green's personal pride was hurt, and he was willing to do whatever it took to restore a sliver of respect amongst his peers.
He looks
Green
completely
retired
defeated.
from boxing after the Tyson loss and returned to the street to earn a living from selling drugs. He always planned to one day get Tyson back in the ring, but as his years of inactivity ensued, Tyson progressed to one of the most dominant heavyweight champions of all time, undefeated and undisputed. The days of fighting lingering contenders such as Mitch Green were over. It wasn't until a couple of years after their fight that the two would meet again, this time in Green's element, the street. In the early hours of August
I think I
23rd,
saw this.
1988, Mitch Green got wind that Tyson was shopping at a local clothing store close by to where he ran things on the street. Tyson had traveled a fair distance to pick up a luxury leather jacket handmade by one of his friends over at Dapper Dan's. As Tyson was chilling in the store with his entourage, Mitch Green burst through the door on his own, high on angel dust, demanding Tyson either give him
What the hell is angel
or
dust?
empty his pockets
Man.
right there on the spot. Tyson, of course, no stranger to altercations on the street, dragged Mitch Green outside and pummeled him to the ground multiple times.
Oh, what's up, Rod?
Spectators said that the fight was short, violent, and very one-sided. In fact, it was no longer than 15 to 20 seconds, but that's more than long enough.
Yo! Whoa! My God, did he lose his eye?
Champion to inflict severe damage. There is no footage of the fight, regardless of the clickbait you see on YouTube. But there
How does how does Mike Tyson then in his later years lose to Jake Paul? Oh, bro, like he was one of the most formidable fighters of all time. I mean, I think we all got our feelings about that one, but like, oh my God.
there were many accounts of what happened that all aligned, all except Green's account.
Or was it a draw? Sorry, was it a draw?
Claimed Tyson sucker punched him and ran.
Who threw the
Ah,
first
yeah, he's an
punch
amazing
here?
fighter, Nico.
He did. He sucker punched me because he's with his friends, you know. And when he hit me, and I said I couldn't get a chance.
Yeah,
to get
Cardi, I don't want to get like flipping litigated, but we all got suspicions. There was no winner.
Everybody was like pulling me, you know.
How beneficial.
Me, like so he could get away from me, so he could get away, and he ran from me.
Green was certain the Tyson scuffle, which became mainstream news around the world, would add enough public intrigue to get his rival
Luke,
back
man,
in the
you
ring.
don't lose that. You don't lose that fight that he's got in him. You just don't lose it. It's not something. Yeah, you get a bit slower, but you just don't lose that fight.
But Mitch had already burnt his bridges among the promoters in the sport with his violent threats to Don
Did you not see his training before the fight? He looked slick, dude.
King in the past, already shadow banning him from ever earning any serious money in the ring again. After Green's failed attempts to get the rematch with Tyson, he
Nah,
filed
you
a
should have
civil
seen.
lawsuit
You should have
for
seen
$20
Tyson,
million.
bro. Did you? If you see Tyson training before the fight, oh my, like he was slick.
Due to the injuries he suffered during their fight. The former gang leader came away with one small W to coincide with a long list of L's, winning the case and being awarded $45,000, close to what his purse was during
Yeah,
their
he was
professional fight
fast in his training, man.
1986.
Yeah, I remember seeing Mitch Green's eye after that. And it was like,
He broke his socket. Broke the
that's what
eye
happened?
socket. Yeah.
he broke his eye socket.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, me
Eye
too.
socket. You gotta hit really hard to do some like that, right?
Green returned to the ring 7 years later, but at that point he was a shell of his former self and was beaten by journeymen with losing records until he hung him up for good in 2005.
Fair.
As of 2022, Green is still a large-as-life character, but now employs his energy into his love of Christianity.
Oh, that's
He
nice.
still has a gripe with Tyson, but I think it's fair to say the two have now moved on.
That would be an interesting match.
And whenever the topic is brought up today, they both make light of their infamous 30-year feud.
And that didn't work. The boy scared to death. As we had the street fight, the boy scared to death.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't y'all have a street fight, Mitch?
For the ring, for the street. Thinking the man would do something about it. He wouldn't do nothing. Oh, man, he freaked me out.
Did you know that actually Tyson
Ah, that's a bit of cope, isn't it?
and Sal are good friends and he comes to the show? He knew, look there. Yeah. You see that?
Oh man, low key, man. Mike Tyson's got that aura, bro. Yo, Mike Tyson's. Oh man, he's a fighter. Bro. All right, boys. I think we're gonna switch up. We're gonna go get some pizza if they're still open. They close at 9. Do you think I'm gonna make it?
Yeah, Mike didn't have it in the first fight.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Oh shit! No, I can't show that. Yeah, I can't show that on stream, bro. Yeah, I can't show that on stream. All right, boys. We're gonna go get some pizza. We're gonna go have a nice chill evening. So I'm gonna just cut stream now and we'll come back on. No punishing. Not if it's the ear thing that he did. No, I know, but because of what happens in the clip. No, that's cool. It's cool. You didn't know. All right, boys. I'll be back. Yeah. 5 minutes.